everyone, to another day at fmtraining.tv where we're here to discuss the FileMaker platform. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. I'm here with the wonderful Nick Cunner, who is the premier UI UX person for FileMaker. Like, if you gotta know anything about UI or UX design, Nicky's here to tell you about that. He's great. Let's look at our live stream training schedule. So Monday, we have UI UX for advanced developers, which is Nick discussing sort functions this week. We're going to take a brief pause to do pivot tables tomorrow with Calvin Moseman. And then Wednesday and Thursday are both going to be a continuation of the sort function conversation, and Friday will be an open Q&A. Next Monday will be it'll be more of like a business-related discussion, unless a FileMaker one about SEO, search engine optimization. I haven't finished the thumbnail for that, so we're going to do that today. So you'll see it on the schedule by tomorrow, hopefully. And then Tuesday, Nick will be starting his FileMaker Calendars.SQL Relationships 3-day mini-series, which will be fun. With that being said, if you would like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We have the FM Training annual subscription bundle. It's pretty much fantastic. The 100+ hours of really high energy video training content. If you know nothing about FileMaker, you can basically go from zero to knowing a ton and being able to complete and execute your own projects by the time you finished watching the whole thing through. Nick is his presenter in it, Richard's presenter in it. I promise it's not boring. Richard and Nick and everyone else tries very hard to make it not boring. So you're not like, oh boy, this guy is droning to me for 100+ hours. That's not what happens, we promise. With the morning spiel being done, Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. How are you today?
Pretty good, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for the introduction. And so today we are going to do things that are already done many times, but I'm optimizing my stuff, pretty much every week because I'm using what I'm presenting. So we use it, and that's why we improve it over time, right? We improve it, we make it better, and so everything is, get better. It's like a good wine, right? When you get older. So today, these 3 days, we're going I'm going to explain how to build a sort feature, not just using FileMaker and sort like FileMaker does. We're going to do a feature, a sorting feature, with the advantage of being a smart feature, which will take care, when I say smart, is taking care of sorting dates, number, and text. Okay, so this is the first thing. Secondly, to sort in both order, descending, ascending, and to be the same feature for both sorting records or sorting polls, which is great because we cannot use a script like sort records in a poll, right? So, and the poll, the sorting it's static, right? It's hard-coded in the poll, and we cannot in the poll or in the relationship, both ways. But still, it's when you say, okay, I want to sort by name, it's sort by name and will never change, right? So that's why this feature that I'm going to explain in these 3 days is cool, because you'll be able to to use it the same feature to sort the polls and records. That means we can and we can use it on form view, list view, and also I improved it to use to make a sub summary. Okay, but the first thing I want to do, I want to show you something that I wanted to do last week on the making good looking thingy, but I prefer to use it now because this is a feature, a technique of building buttons that I'm using exclusively for that function here. Okay, so let me share my screen right quick. So what I want to show you is the button that goes with the feature, right? Because this, so let's clear everything. So here we have kind of a popover with buttons, right? So we have buttons like this. So when we say, I want to sort by status, and so let's go to another layout. Let's go to account layout. Okay. So I want to sort by status and accounts, right? So you want to sort by those two, right? So first of all, you have a great visual, and when you apply, it's sorted first by, first by status and then account, status and account, right? So NR, T3, T5, T2, T4, T6, right? So it is sorted by status and account. If I remove this, this is now just by status, right? So it changed completely, okay? So we can say type and accounts, okay? So you can sort. So the functionality that I'm going to show is, so you can, I forgot to mention, you can sort the records on our form view, list view, polls, and you can sort, you can have multiple sort keys. And by the one you click first, the first clicked, first served. So if I say I want to account first, then status, it will do account first and then status. If I say status first, account, it do status first, account. So it's do all what we want to do. Right? It's a full sort feature, right? But first, I want to show you how we build that button because it's something cool. And so here we have a popover, right? And here we have buttons, okay? So the feature, right, it's fitted by the name of the field, right? So I have a field, right? That name G sort key list. This is my field. Right. And this is where I'm putting the name, putting and removing, right? The name of the field I want to sort with. This has to be the name of the field, right? If I put them all, apply, this needs to be the same, the name of the field. So I need to go there and I need to have status, right? I need to have accounts. I need to have type, and I need to have billing city. So yes, I know what you say. You say, yeah, but I have QuickBooks and I need a freaking underscore. I say, okay, no problem. We have a technique for that, okay? You have a quick book like fields, and you have a mirror field. So this is why I call that mirror field, right? And I put that mirror field for sorting in the comments, right? Mirror field for sorting, right? This is, by the way, the file you need for the testing this, you need to have the FMSP, FileMaker starting point 22, the Nick Hunter version. Okay. So here you can see I have two mirror fields. I have one mirror field for sorting of billing city, and I have another one for billing state, because I don't want billing state province. I don't want that. I want billing state. So what this is, it is a field with the right name, with the same type. And here I have a very simple auto entry calculation that is pretty much copying the contents of what is inside billing underscore city inside this. So pretty much I have a mirror field. I have twice the same information, but the name of the field is different, okay? So you can have a field name for your QuickBooks, whatever SQL stuff, and you can have a human understandable field name in your layer in your table. No, it's not hindering any of the of the performance. It's just a copy. It's just replicating from the index. It's going to replicate what inside the billing city in this. So it's not doing, it's not hurting anything. And I'm not going to put 200 billion field there. I'm putting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I have 6, 7, 8. So we are talking about a maximum of 10 fields. So it's not a big deal. Okay? But it's good to know this technique. When you have you need to have a specific name for a field for any reason, and you don't want to deal with that name, right? So you have what we call a mirror field. Okay. So I have a mirror field. Why? Is because I want to put here the name of the field. And why I want the name of the field, right, to be human and not underscore stuff. It's because if I want to have, if I want to add a button here, right? Well, I want to change that, and I want the content of the email field. I just tap email because the name of the field is in email. So I tap email here, tap email in the name, and now I have the email coming. So that means in the field that I'm going to explain that, right? But in the field I use to collect the information, right? If I click here, first of all, I need to make sure I have an email. Yeah. So Nick Hunter at rcconsulting.com. So now you know my email. So you can, if I click here, I'm going to ask for the email, and then I have Nick Hunter at rcconsulting.com coming here. I'm asking for the field status, account type, billing city, and here I have the status, the account name, the type, right? The city, and now the email. Just because, so I didn't change any script. I didn't change any script parameter. I didn't change any auto entry. I didn't change anything. I didn't change anything, any script, any auto, nothing. Just what I've done, I put the name of the field in the name of the button, in the title of the button. Okay. That being said, that's cool. Okay. So how we do that? So if I change this and I'm putting back accounts like it was, right? Like by magic, I'm going to have, I click here, I have account. Right? See? Account. So how that works? So let's get rid of this for now. No, I can keep it on the side for a minute because I'm going to use it later. So that's how that works. This object is built with multiple objects, right? So let's copy it. Let's copy this 2 objects and create a new layout for that. Then we're not boring by this. Okay. So I have 2 objects here. So I like to do popover that doesn't look like popover. This is a popover. If I show this, you see it's a popover, but I'm putting this transparent. I'm putting the popover itself transparent. I have a square, just a square inside. I have my own close button, that's my own close popover button. And this is the popover button itself. And I can position where I want that to be there. This has a name. this object here has a name. I don't like to name the popover. I prefer to name the object inside. This is my preference. So this is the name of the object, and this is just a go-to object. So when I click here, I'm opening maybe, oh, because it's, oh yeah. Let's put that here. So now I have this, okay? And I can close it, okay? So I have this, it looks better, it looks like a HUD, you know? It doesn't look like a popover anymore, it looks like a HUD. What's a HUD? We have plenty of HUD. This is a HUD, right? It looks like a HUD, something that you open and you close by clicking outside. It's a window dismissible by clicking outside. This is a HUD. So it looks like a HUD. No, it doesn't look like a popover anymore, okay? It's just my preference for this type of objects. So now, that being said, how we do that button here? So let's dismantle this button. So let's copy it. No, I'm not going to copy it. I'm going to select the button. So we have, first we have this object, and we have this object, and we have this object. Okay? So if I put this white, we will see it. We have the background. We have another background, you know, pretty much that button that is pretty much disappearing. And we have the button itself. So we have three objects. 1, 2, 3. Background. This is the active background. And this is the button itself where you have the action, the script attached. Here you have no script, and here you have no script. Normally you should have. This is a bug. So we have no script here, we have no script here, we have this. The three together give you a new object, right? Like this, give you a new object. So you have this first. So we have this object here, so I can just select this and make it centered. So here we have a button, right? Here we have the background. So this is going away when the button is not activated, right? So you see something here. So I'm going to show you how this function works, okay? I'm going to show you the get layout object attributes. So this is how we use this to get the contents, right? So for example, here I have a button. Inside this button, I have a title. We don't call that a name. It's a button title. The button name is here, right? So I have a button name. So the object itself has a name, and the button has a title. So the terminology is very important here. So when you call the get layout object attributes, we have multiple, parameters. Two of them we don't care. I will explain that one day. But the two in FileMaker, when you have in the curly braces like this, that means it's optional. You know, you have this in substitutes. No, in if, no, yeah. So the result 2 is optional. So you have it in many functions. So here I have the object name. Object name needs to be between parentheses. Quotes need to be quoted. And the attribute name need to be quoted as well. We have one attribute named contents. This is the one we're going to use. So the contents of the object number, the popover sortkit 3 returns status. the popover 2 return type, 1 return account, 4 return billing city, 5 I don't have. 4, 3, 2, 1. So now you understand how it works, right? Every object has a name. This is popover sort key 1. This is popover sort key 2, sort key 3, and sort key 4, and sort key 3. Right. So now I can have a button that says, I want to get the field name, right? Get field name of whatever, in the sort list key, and gets, and so this is a parameter, right? So this is the poll I want to refresh if I need that. This is the name of the field I need to go. And this is the content I need to put in that field, right? So here how it works. This is the poll name. This is a list of, this is the key list field, that the name of the field. This is the key I want to put there. And I have a sort type, and that is for another option. So I'm setting a field by name, right? With whatever the name of the field that I'm putting there. And here I have a case statements, right? And pretty much, I'm removing, adding the contents of the button from the current list. So let me show. Remember, I have that list, that's G sort list key, okay? So here, see, I'm adding status, I'm removing, adding, removing, adding, removing. So here, the same for that, right? So I don't have email anymore, so I can. So accounts, type, billing, and status, right? So status is outside. So see, so you can add like this and remove, add, remove, add, remove, add, remove, add. Okay. So now you understand how that works, right? Thanks to the button name, that's the button title. Based on the button name, I'm filling this field here, right? And then I have a pretty much, very simple, if the name of if the current name of if the current title of the button of the popover sort key 3 is part of that list, that means if I have a pattern count on this, put it black with the icon black, right? So this is how it works. So that's how I have the icon coming, because status is there. If I remove status, it's not there. If I put status here, it will be there. If I put account here, if I do this, oh, I cannot put a Claris, but you understand, if I put accounts, then I have accounts, right? So, and this, what's the name? This script here, right, is doing this, is going to remove, and for example, here I'm saying this, I have the sort key, I have the field name, right? That comes from the script, right? The script is I'm putting that in all my variables here. Then I'm taking again those variables inside the let statement, right? And then I say if exists. That means if I have whatever the sort key return, like status, account, in the field, the J field, the global field, in that case, remove it. You substitute it. You substitute it, but with nothing. If it's not, take whatever in the list and add the current sort key I'm clicking. So this is if exists. I mean, if it's there, remove it. If it's not there, add it. This is what this calculation is doing, and I'm doing that in one set field. I don't have this if and else if, and else if, like I don't have this, right? This is slow, this fast, okay? So, and I have refreshed the portal name if I need to refresh it. So that, and then so I have the conditional formatting here, and here the same by the same token, I'm hiding that button. Say, okay, here if it's not inside the list, if the name of the title of this button is not in the list, then hide it, right? So now you understand. So you say, well, okay, Nick, why are you doing this? Why are you not doing like a standard button? You copy the button and you put the button. I say, yeah, but that's cool. But I want to be able, first of all, I want to be able to build something reusable. You know that I like the things that you can reuse. So here I have 4 buttons. So let's say I want to build the 5th, right? And I want, I don't know, email. Okay. Or I want shipping, I want billing state, for example. Because I know I have it, right? I have the name of the billing state here, I have it. So now you just have to say, this is a button 5, right? The conditional formatting is going to the button 5. The script here is going to change the button 5, right? And you go there, you hide this, and you're going to hide this with the button 5, right? And then, like by magic, you have a new billing state coming, working with all the things. So you imagine how easy it is to and the scripts I'm using is universal. That means it's a context-free script. It's the same script. I can copy paste from solution to solution, right? And I just have to, this is context-free. I don't see any context here. I don't have any, it doesn't point to any TO01 or whatever, right? Everything is coming from this. So pretty much, if I need to reuse that in another field, in another layer, in another table or another file, just have to change the name of this and it works. That's it. Remap this, it works. And of course, rename the button. Do we have any question?
We do. We've got one from Stu. Why
Yes.
use a mirror field instead of using the original field to allow for changing the name of the original field?
Yeah, because sometimes you have to have a field, name specific because you have I don't know, an API, whatever, stuff like QuickBooks or whatever, extension or whatever, a plugin or whatever, service online, whatever you have. Sometimes you need something like this. So I don't want that. This is doesn't look good. It's just to have a good looking, and to be, human. And sometimes, you have people saying they want to say state billing, state shipping, state, they want to, they use another name, but it's not state billing, it's billing state, billing city, type, account, status, right? So you want to be able to control that. I don't want to put this inside here to make it like, billing state, because it's not reusable. Look what I need to do. It's hard coded. No, I don't. And I just did a demo to you. In less than 30 seconds, I built a new button with all the features working, right? In less than 30 seconds. So when you have 10 buttons to build, it's in less than a minute, boom. In 2 minutes you have everything built. And just because, and you don't have to think about how it works. Just you remove this. So that's why. Do we have any other?
No, you are good to go.
Okay. So now let's go to the crust. Okay. How that works, how the sorting works. I explained that many times, but I'm going to explain that more in more detail. Right? Here, I like to do this. I have fields, right? And I have here, right? I have fields for sorting. So those are fields for sorting. I need the sort direction. I will show you that later. I have the sort list key. We know what that is where I'm going to collect the list of values of my field names I want to sort with. This is the global that will receive that information. You know, when you click the button, you take the name, the title of the button, put on that field, right? Then here, I have the sort key multiple. So what it is, right? So what it is. This is a calculation that I built to use this, right? So it's a while function. I'm going to explain how it works. So I'm not going to explain how a while function works. I'm going to explain how that works. And I will explain a little bit of the while. The while function has multiple blocks, right? We have the initial variable, we have the condition, we have the logic, and we have the results. So why FileMaker put brackets like this here and not here, right? And here, but not here, right? We have that on let's, right? We have brackets. So let's put the let's. Let's create something with the let's. When you have the let's, you can have multiple what we call statements. When you have one statement, the let's, if is empty name, right? Then 1 is 0. 0 or 1. So here I have a if statement. I have a if. So it works, right? If the name is empty, it will return 0. If it's not empty, if I put not here, it will reverse. Okay. But it's not because I have only one statement. Let's say I'm putting 2 statements, if I'm putting 2 statements, now it says the table is missing. That means something wrong, right? Something wrong. Why? It's because you need, when you have 2, when you can put 2, FileMaker tells you need to add brackets. Now this works, no error, because I put brackets separated with a semicolon, right? While is the same, while is the same. So let's take this. While is the same. Here, so if I take the while function again, so now you understand. Here, I can have 1. So if I have only 1, I don't need this. But if I have multiple, I need this, right? I need the brackets. I can have only 1 condition. I cannot have multiple. If I put multiple condition, it won't work. I can have 1 or many logic, and I can have only 1 result. That's it, right? So so now you understand the brackets in FileMaker. So you understand here that the initial variable, okay? The initial variable. Everything that will be used inside the condition, the logic, and the results needs to be declared. Is like other the custom. You need to declare. You need to declare the variable, right? You need to declare it. So it's like the custom. So you can declare whatever they are or whatever they're not, right? You have to declare if you need that inside your calculation. It needs to be there with equal nothing. Otherwise, if it's not there, if you call it here, if you don't put here, it won't be used here, right? You understand? So the field name here, I have two fields. I have the field names and I have the field name. The field name, I'm going to use it here, but I cannot use it here if I didn't say at least here, that is empty, right? That is empty, right? So, this is what I need. This is where I collect the field names. That means account, status, I'm calling those. Account, status, whatever, billing state, whatever. This is how many values I have, inside the field names. -1, okay, it's important because the first is not counted. You don't need to count the first. I'm declaring what this is. I'm declaring what this is. And then I said, I need the field style, the field name, the counter, and the results. All of those are empty. When the calculation is initiated, you need to be that empty. Then you say, okay, I have the counter. This is the condition. The condition is when that calculation will stop. This is kind of like they could have named that a loop. Okay, they could have, because that's what it is, But the concept is while this condition, this is how you need to read that. While those initial variable are valid, right? So while everything you put here is when it's valid, activate, get the logic and give it to me in the results. While this is valid, make this here, right? Pretty much. This is how you need to read the while. That's why they call that while. While this is valid, put that here. Okay? So the condition is whatever the counter +1 +1 +1 +1, it's inferior or equal than the number of value I have here, right? This is the condition. When this is met, it stopped. Otherwise, you have a never-ending while function that is bad. You're going to break. You're going to crash FileMaker. So, and then you have here, we have the logic, and we have multiple statements in the logic, because it's like a let statement. The logic, you have to think it as a let statement. So here I say what the counter is whatever inside the counter. So because it's going to repeat itself. So what the counter is whatever there, right? Whatever there, +1. So you go each time, each loop is going to get counter. So the first will be 0, empty, +1 will be 1. That's the first. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this returns 5, it will stop. Okay. What the value? So I need a value here. What the value of this? I need to get the value of the field name based on the counter. So if I have a list, in here I have accounts, type, status, billing city, it will first get accounts, then the next time type, and the next type status, and okay. Then when I get the name of the field, I'm getting the field contents, right? The field contents. So it's going to go, okay, I have a field name accounts. Okay, gets the content of accounts. That will be Rich Accounting Consulting. Then I need to know that very important, the field type. Okay, so this is cool because it's a function. I love it. So what this function is doing? So I put the field name here. I put account here. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, no. Hold on. I didn't copy the right thing. The field type, get field type, yeah, field type, this. So what this field type does, it's very cool. So whatever field, let's say, what the field type of this? What the field type of this? It's a standard text indexed, right? So what the field type of this? I don't know. Do I have a number? Phone. It's a text. I don't have a number here. Number of doc. This is an unstock calc number unindexed. But what matters to me is this. This is important to me. So this is a number. This, it's dates. This, it's the text. So now, you guessed it, if I get, the middle, if I get the middle words of this, starting here to one, I have text. So now I know. So this is, the number of doc number. Dates. So this return the field type of a field based on this. This. It will have return container, we have return timestamp, we have time. But this is where we sort. We don't, I'm sorting on this. I don't have timestamp, but I could have. But I have those three types that interest me in sorting, right? So now that I have this super nice type return, right, I can get a first result, a pre-result, if you want. I could have named that differently, but I have a pre-result, right? And my pre-result is if the type is text, get me the results and field name and this. That means get whatever was there before the loop, add the current loop, the field name, the contents of the field, and the Claris return to prepare for the next entry, right? If this is not a text, leave it alone. I mean, get me whatever the result was there before. Don't do anything if it's not text. And here you get the results. So that's why I have three fields. One is for the date, the other one for the number, another one for the text. This will be number. This will be dates. It's the same, exactly the same calculation, but for different type of fields. So this is the calculation, right? The results. So this here, the result will be a date of this calculation. This here, the result will be a number, and this will here, the result will be a text. So why free fields? Why doing this? So here I have the name of the fields. Here I have, right, whatever the text, the numbers, and the dates. So accounts, okay. Accounts, return Richard Carlton consult. Status, return active. Type, return household. Billing, state, I don't have billing state in that record. Billing city, Santa Clara. So let's add a billing state here. Billing state. Our billing state. Maybe I did a mistake on the billing states. Yeah, okay, I have it. Billing state, right? So I have all of them, all of the name of the field return this, and this is a loop doing this. So now let's say I know it's not going to happen, but so let's say I'm going to put a number here. So number, or number of dog. I have number of dog, right? So number of dog. I'm copying the name of this, right? And in here, this I'm changing it to number of dog. So you see how cool it is to repurpose, to repurpose a button. Number of dog is going in that field. So let's put this. This is text. This is number. This is date. So when I click here, I said this goes to the text. This goes to the number. Didn't go there. These go there. These go there. Now, let's have the dates inside this. What I have date created. Okay, so let's duplicate it. I can just get this. It's okay. For the demo, we will forgive me. So I put the date created here. Now, account go there, number of dog go there, and date created go there. So now you've got the points. Why I want to know the type of the field I'm clicking here, because this function tells me which type of field it is, and based on the type, I say, okay, when it's text go there, when it's number go there, when it's dates go there. So what will happen now if I'm doing this? It's going to sort by the free fields. This one, this one, this one. Because this will have only number, and this will have only date, and this will have only text. The sort will happen correctly. The numbers will be sorted the right way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and not 1, 10, 11, 12, 19, 2, 20, 21, 3, 30, 4, 40, 5, like a text sorting will be. And the date's the same. You will have a date sorted by date correctly. That means they will the 2024, the 2014, the 2015 will be next, right? Do we have any questions here? I think we do.
No, you are good.
We're good. So far, it's kind of simple, the concept, right? Yes, I know I'm using something like crazy evolved, like the boss will say this is crazy, but this is what FileMaker give me, right? And it's not that crazy. It's just I'm using the tool, right? So it's and it's fast because it's a loop. If you try to do that with a script, you're in big trouble. But this is simple, right? So now that I have this concept here, right? We know how we sort, right? So when you do this and you apply, right? So you have this. You have a script that goes, right, and sort for you. So here I have a filter, but I'm going to show you later. And then I said, when the list is empty, you unsort. If the sort list key, so here, yeah, but that script is a kind of it's because it's FMSP. So I should have changed this before. All of this, instead of doing this, right? Instead of doing this. So the demo I want to do. Instead of doing this, right? I just do this, boom. And I said this, right? So I have only one, instead of having all this craziness, if, yeah. I remove this and I have only this. And that will be exactly the same, sort, right? So if I go there, tomorrow I forgot to add nice, good looking sample data. But here, if I said I want to sort by accounts, sorting by account, right? If I say I want to sort by type, sort by type. If I said I want to sort by status, it's sorted by status, right? But it's weird, why is doing this? And this is because my sample data are terrible. So let's go to contacts. Let's contact, I know it works. So name, apply, the blank first, then the S, the N, and if I want status first, active, and then disregard, and then this, So you have, and if you want to combine both, active first, and then this with new 8, new 2, new 3, new 7, right? So so it's doing the job here, right? Okay. So because the sorts happen there. It happened on this. So what happened, right? What happened if I want to reverse the sorting here, right? I just need to, to whatever. Let's go back to the contacts, the accounts. Tomorrow I will have a sample data that will be more talking like this. I just forgot to import the file. So if you want to reverse, you just have to reverse the sorting here. But I'm going to anyway. It's you reverse the sorting order like this, right? And you sort. It will do everything upside down, right? So it will reverse. So if you say you want to sort by accounts, right? But I don't know why this new account is going there. It's going down here. getting me crazy. Why this last stuff is going there? Why has that created? Oh, because the date created first. Oh, okay. Because I don't have, okay. That's why I'm saying, why is doing this? Okay. Because I don't have the same fields here. It was for the date. So let's go there. So now we work. Apply. Boom. Okay. New NRT2, T3, T4, T5 to 6. Okay. That's sorted. So now, if I want to solve differently this, I just do this, right? And boom. T6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Rn is reverse, right? So, well, it's very simple to do that. When you want to reverse, you have, a global field where you say, okay, if here you said reverse, okay, and you apply, it will reverse the sorting. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So this is how it works. It's very simple, right? So if I want to sort by status, and if I want to say I want to sort by status and account, first account, that means if first sort by status, A, D, and then it's sort by account. If I unsort completely, and I say only status, it said R and T5, T3. If I say now I want also accounts, N, R, which is good, 3, 5, which is good, 2, 4, 6. So it works like this. It works like the FileMaker sorting will sort by this first and then by this second. If I go, so to show you that it's a passive function. It's a passive function. What is a passive function? I'm going to explain. It's a passive function. That means if I go there, I copy this. Why can I copy this? Oh, it's a calculation. Yeah, I forgot about this. If I go there and I say G sort key list, okay, make sure I can do carry return. If I say I want account first and then status, change. If I do a sort like this without a script, right? Just I changed it. I didn't change anything here. I just changed the order. Look what happened. The N we go, you do like this. Boom. You do the account first and then the status. So I do NRT, right? So he did the account first, NRT2, T3, T4, T5, T6. And he said for each of them, right? So for this one, N active, So this is how it works. If I remove status and I do a sort again, right? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But if I set status only, I type the word status, just typing it, and I sort it again, boom. So it's a passive reaction. That means I don't do anything here. I don't change anything here. The script's still the same, right? I'm not interacting with this, just changing the order of this. If I say account now, and I say sort, change, took, right? I didn't change the scripts. And that's the key. That's the key, because this is how you can have an order, a custom order. And this is huge, because how you can do that? It's like doing this. It's like doing this. Okay. Do this with a script. Just, I'm asking you, do this with a script. Do this. You have this, and on the fly, you want to do this. How you do that? Tell me. I want to know. You understand? You cannot. Oh, yeah, you have to have if this, then sort like this. If this, then sort like this. Is so you have a 200-line script just for sorting thinking, and I don't even tell you how crazy it is to get it, to build a script and forget about reuse the script here. I just have to copy that script, right? And that's it. It works on the other one because I just have to make sure that this works, and that's it. Everything else works, right? So this is why this function is really powerful, right? So if we don't have any question, we can just
won't this sort by all the text first rather than in order you click the buttons?
Oh, why I'm doing this? Oh, because I noticed that first I have a better performance, right, on doing this, right? But it's the priority you want. Numbers, okay. Here we have a priority. It will sort by the numbers first, and then we sort by the date second, and then we sort by the text. You want mostly sort by number. What will be numbers? Will be record numbers, will be serial numbers, you want that to be the first. That will be the priority on the four of the three. The first you want to sort by will be the numbers. Okay. Then you want the dates, because it could be the date created and then you want the text. So this is a choice we made. It's a default. You can change that if you want, right? And that could be script based. So, if you have a strange behavior or something that you want to change, you can do that here, right? But to me, that's the best order. First the numbers, then the dates, then the text. Makes sense. Because we don't want to solve, it's hard to get to be like a psychic, right? Like to read like a palm reader, right? Palm reader, because we don't know. That is based on your current solution, current project you have, right? So, another questions?
Yes. Since you're using while, how many records can you have until this slows down?
Oh, no. Hold on. I'm using while on these numbers of records of fields. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's it. I'm not doing while on the records of the table. The while is there. The while is I'm putting account, billing, city, and billing state. The while will say, get me the first content of this field, the second, and then he said the second of this, third on this, and the fourth of this, and he stopped. Boom. That's how you do, right? The while do this, nothing more, right? That's all what he's doing. That's all. So I'm doing the while on 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can do the while on 10, but the while will be fast until, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 records, something like this. But this is not record based. I'm not questioning records here. I'm just questioning, I'm asking the system to go to the managed database, right? And take whatever, based on the name, take whatever on one field and copy here and paste it here. That's what I'm doing, pretty much. Nothing else. Right. Here, for example, I'm asking if I want to remove billing city. That's what the while is doing. Boom. The while do 1, 2, 3, doing one. The first is active. The second is the restrict and the billing state is this. That's it. And then, but that will have been something for tomorrow. We have, I know, is very weird that I'm saying that. But I have a calculation installed, and that we go across all the solutions. So tomorrow I'm going to have a demo with thousands of records. I'm going to download. Like a sample data that will be able to to test the performance. So I'm going to share that file on the server, to be honest, right? Because that right now is local on the hard drive. So I'm cheating. But tomorrow I won't be. And tomorrow we are going to see, so we are going to talk about performance, and we are going to talk about making this on a portal, right? And how to use it on the list view, form view, portal, right? So if we don't have any other question, we good to go.
We have one more. I'm sorry. Last one.
No problem. I love the question.
Actually, we got two more. Could you use a script trigger instead of the apply button?
No, because it's not good. Because here, why? So it's a good question. Here, why? You never. See, this is a law. You can call it the Nick Hunter law if you want, but it's a law. You don't want to put any hard, strong, and powerful feature on the dismissing of an object. You never do that, because you don't give any. People don't. For example, sometimes if I have 2 million records, if I go apply, it will take some time to sort. I have 2 million records, so the people will click apply, and they will see a progress bar. They will see, oh, I know what happened. I just click on apply. I have 2 million records. It's going to sort my stuff. I understand. But if you have a dismiss, and it's, what happened? Why I have this progress bar? And if it's slow, okay, let's force quit everything, because it's, you never do that. I have something on the dismissing here. I have something. This. That's it. That's it. I have something when I enter, and I'm going to show that tomorrow. I have something when I enter. When I enter, boom, go to object, boom. I'm setting two variables, boom. I'm setting two variables with the content of two globals. In terms of performances, FileMaker won't see anything. And when I dismiss, right, I do this. I do two set field on two globals with the content of global variable. That means in terms of performance is nada, is nothing. On the apply button, I have much more. I have the core action, right? And here I have two, because I'm combining two. I'm combining sorting and status and filtering. I have two in one apply. So here I have some stuff. I have this, I have this, I have this, show all. Or if I have something, go to records, and I have the sort action. So that's why you don't want to have the click on the dismissing. You never have a big, giant, fat stuff that happens. It's the same on trigger, on object saving. You don't do that, right? Because you need to give the people, you can have a carriage return if you want. I can show you that tomorrow. You can have carriage return and boom, it's launched the thing, or escape. That, because I have a clear button. What the clear button? I have multiple actions here. First, let's say I have this and this, apply. I go, look, I select this, this, and this, but I don't apply. I dismiss. What happened? Boom. When I come back, I go back where it was because I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything. I wanted to, but I dismiss. Dismiss is always cancel. It never validates. The dismissing of an object is always a canceling. You don't validate when you dismiss it, you cancel it. And if it's really important, what you're going to cancel, if it's really, really bad, if you cancel it, you can have a dialogue saying, hey, you're going to cancel what you just typed. Are you sure? Right? But always it's a canceling. I'm canceling here. I'm canceling. Cancel. Boom. And this is my global variable is doing. When you enter, I know what was there before. Then I click here, and if I click outside, I put back what was there. You can see it. You can see it. I'm showing you the thing from tomorrow. It's okay. You can see it. I click here. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 now, right? But if I click outside, I have 2. I have the 2 I had before. If I remove them and I click outside, boom, I have my 2 back. If I change this, if I click, boom, I have my 2 back. But if I click here and I apply, that means I want to validate and I have a visual, I gave the action, the final decision to the user, not to you, right? You understand? It's really clear. So next one.
That being said, I think we're good.
You say you have 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Same question for calculation fields. These are on each record, correct?
Yes, but I'm going to explain that tomorrow.
So
that is not hindering. It's not because otherwise I'm doing the session tomorrow today. Because
cool.
I'm going to repeat tomorrow some of the stuff I did today because we need to have the video, and people need to understand when people watch the video offline, when they need to get in the video what they should have, so I'm going to repeat myself, but you will see that you have installed calculation that are terrible, but here is not, and I'm going to explain why. Tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, tomorrow. With that being said, I have to get to a meeting in a minute, so I'm going to run the credits.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you. No, not tomorrow. Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes. It's not tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow's Calvin. Sorry, we're bad.
Yeah, Calvin.
We'll see Nick Wednesday.
We don't want to miss Calvin.
Yes, that'll be bad.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.